Today we will be making a Halloween wreath. I've got my supplies in front of me. I've got my deco mesh in purple, orange, and green. I have cute little FoofiePoof legs to hang off the bottom. I have a hat, a witch hat, just a couple bucks at Target. I'm going to put something underneath to keep in my plastic bags so that it keeps its shape. And then I also have this ring. It's really awesome. It comes from Hobby Lobby. You can always use their 50% off coupons to make it cheaper, which is awesome, or their sales rotate regularly. But it's already got my little wire wraps on there to hold the mesh on, which is helpful because it cuts out a step. They do sell them without these wire wraps, and you can add your own. I have a few extra in case there's a spot that looks a little bare. I can add my own. You can't see them, so it really doesn't matter what color they are. So you can add it to your own wire hanger if you'd like. For the center of the wreath, I think it's kind of cool that this can have a double purpose for Halloween night. You can have it say trick or treat for when you're ready for trick-or-treaters and you've got your candy and whatnot. And then you can flip it over, hang it on the front door, flip it over and have it say we're out of candy. Turn off the porch lights, leave the house, hide under the bed, whatever you need to do. I've got my glue gun, trusty glue gun, because we're going to be putting little spiders all over our wreath, as well as extra glue sticks, because that's always needed. Sometimes I find myself in a spot where something's not holding real well with the glue gun, so I like to have this clear gel tacky glue by Aleene's, and that's nice. And then a pair of scissors. So those are my supplies. Let's get crafting this. So we'll go ahead and start with the purple for the outer layer, and I just come around the wreath and stretch these out. Give it crazy hair, as my two boys would say. All about trolls right now. I love anything with crazy hair. I'm going to take my purple deco mesh, and this I purchased at Hobby Lobby. It's normally $9.99. They regularly rotate their sales around, and so you can oftentimes pick this stuff up for $5 a roll. If not, they always have their 40% off coupon online that you can pull up at the register. And fun little fact, if you want to be cheap like me, when I take my kids in, I can do 3 different, because they have 2 children, so even though they're little toddler boys, I can do 3 different transactions with 3 different coupons to make 3 different items 40% off if I need to. So here we go. So I start with the edge, like so, and I just bring my hand in and scrunch along the top. So, and we're going to start with the mesh facing in, and then we're going to work around this way. So we're going to do kind of loops to keep the mesh as big and fluffy as possible. I tried doing one of the wreaths once for Christmas where it was cut a bunch and it made the floor a mess. I didn't like the way that it looked. It just didn't turn out right. So I just set it in there and twist. That's all. Just twist. It's staying where it's at. Then I just take up and bunch in, and again we're working this way. I like big foof. If we're doing it, we're doing it. So big foof, and again we're gonna loop. We're doing a loop. If you face it the other direction, it just kind of scrunches it down like a Z instead of a continuous loop. And the loop is where it looks extra fluffy and fun. And so I'm just gonna loop it under, back towards, and work my way around. So I get in there once, twist it, get it tight, twist it another time or two, and then I'm set to loop again. So roll it out a little bit, kind of bring it forward. Doesn't have to be an exact science by any means. So I'm working in towards my loop again, doing my little loop-de-loop. I bring it in once, tighten it, and twist. Ready for another loop. This is so much faster than the way I tried to do it, where I cut it into sections and had all these pieces around and they were everywhere. This is easy, easy. And so big and so fluffy and so fun. Okay, the loop, and it's just repeat all the way around. And I'm leaving my ends out on these so that I can come through with another color and do a second layer. And also to keep going with the purple. I mean, I bought the roll, I'm using the roll. It's going to be big foofy fun. I was so nervous about putting this first video together. And so I kept putting it off, and now I'm like, I just want my Halloween wreath out already, so I'm going to go ahead and just make the video. So again, we've got this section, widened it out, and we're making loops. So I'm going to work in again the direction that I've been coming from and just overlap where I had it start out. So, and I'll leave these out again. Come out and just use up the whole roll. Okay, so I've got the end and I am just bunching that up in my hand. We'll go over to the next section here and just put the section in, twist. You don't have to loop it around any tighter than that. In my experience, it has stayed put. It's been nice. So this is our first section of wreath, and we are not done. So I started here. You can see where my start and end. So I'm going to come over to another area opposite of where I started for the purple section and do my next section just on the other end of the loop so that it's fuller with some colors in some area and other colors in other areas. So I've already decided I'm going to do my orange next. Comes with usually a piece of tape. Not that one. Okay. So, going to pick it up again. And work my way across. And we're starting same direction as last time, just across our wire wreath thing. And again, I'm going to leave these out because I'll probably loop around more than once and need more space on those wire wrappers. So come in, and these are the same wires that I used for the purple. That's why I left the wires out. They're the, gonna hold in a couple of layers and then twist, make more loops, bunch in. I mean, and as you can see, I'm not measuring anything out. I'm not, I mean, it's really, you kind of get a feel for it after the first loop or two, just big Foofie's fun. Get in there and twist. And these now, you can, as you're twisting around, you can, I twist them and then fold them down. I think I started the orange over here, so I'll go ahead and start it in the inside. So again, we're working in loops. And these we definitely want to leave out because we'll loop around the green a couple of times. And I'm working my hand across and over to the last loop. Found our wire here. So some of them held the green color once, most of them held it twice. When I hold up the wreath, you can't tell which is which. I am leaving these out so I can put my decorations up. But this is what we're looking like so far. We've got purple, orange, and green, and it really fills in the center nicely. And now we can start putting our decor on here. These were the witch shoes that I found. There are a lot of different styles. These ones, I think they're yard picks, so you can put them in a potted vase or something outside or inside. Have it look like you've got a witch that likes dirt. I don't know. What my plan is to use my drill, and I'm going to just drill some holes so that I can attach the legs to my wire wreath. Okay, so now I'm going to drill a hole in the top of my witch stake. I like to set it over a bowl, that way it kind of gives me some leverage. Going for the thickest little area here, keeping my hands clear. You know, do whatever it recommends to be safe doing this. There we go. So I now have a little hole to put wire through. And again, I picked these cute little witchy legs up at Target this year. Just a couple bucks, super cute. So same thing, keeping my hands clear. I've got holes in my witch leggies. I'm gonna place them right about where I want them, and so I'll go ahead and tighten that witch leggy in. Okay, I'm gonna come over about a foot so that the legs are sticking out. Let's have her be a little disheveled. Why not? You know, it's Halloween. Let's have crazy little witchy legs. Okay. I'm gonna take out, I've got two little spots that stick out, two little wires that poke out. So I'll poke that through where I just drilled and twist the other side to secure it. And cover the leg sections a little bit. Can do that kind of in final touch-up. So we've got which leggies? Plugged in my hot glue gun. I'm going to take my hat that I've got stuffed with Walmart bags or whatever other fancy thing that's light to fill the hat with. Grab just a little piece of felt from downstairs. I'm not even going to have to trim off very much, so I'm just going to do kind of a loose square here. That's a just loose square to help hold in my hat poof. I know, let's stick the hat right there. Down in the center of our wreath so that we can have an easy way to hold our hat while we glue. Okay, so I've got my poof kept in there, and you know, I think I'll trim the corners just a little bit to help reduce the weight of the hat. I don't want it being brought down by anything, so I'm just cutting off the corners here. I don't want the hat to be so heavy it weighs down all of our poof. Okay, and I left the hook from the store. I left it on my hat because I thought, well, that's kind of nice not to have to figure out how to attach it. So we'll go ahead and attach that little hook. So I'm just going to take my scissors, come around the opposite side, poke just a teeny little hole in my FoofiePoof hat, and bring through one of my extra pipe cleaners I had here for just such an occasion, and then I'm going to loop it back in underneath and come under one of these one of the rings from the wreath and twist to secure it, and then just wrap around a couple times, wrap the wire that's hanging out around itself basically. So we've got our little FoofiePoof. Now we're going to hang our sign for trick or treat. It occurred to me that I have this cute little wreath holder that's perfect for displaying what I'm trying to do here. So I will use that. So looking in there, it really pulls this sign in too much to just hang it with one of the existing wires. So I am going to do something different and just attach an extra wire hanger on there. Bring it around the back to attach it back here, and just twist the way you would, secure a wire. Wrap it around a couple times, twist, wrap it around, twist, secure it the best that you can. So I've got my trick or treat, and I can prop it up in the mesh if I'd like once I get it hung outside, or leave it hanging, easy to change out my out of candy or my trick or treat. But no witch would be complete without spiders. So I got a bag of spiders here. Again, Target and Hobby Lobby, I think, explains this whole little venture I've got. And I am adding glue to the inside of the body here, my hot glue. And then I am going to still just pinch diagonally, so a set of bottom legs and a set of top legs, and add in my spiders. And then the glue that's on the inside of this little spider body will stick to the mesh and help secure that. All right, that is ready to go outside and be hung.